The segmentation in the market, Qualcomm breaks it down by a Snapdragon 200, Snapdragon 400, Snapdragon 600, Snapdragon 800. These are our series phones. So I think for the user, for the end user, one, that creates choice, right? He knows he can turn safely to Snapdragon for any of his needs. But if a user identifies what it is the primary thing they want to use the device for, let's say they want to do high-end imaging or high-end video photography, then obviously we would recommend they go with the Snapdragon 800 series or the Snapdragon 835 as we launched today. That's going to provide them the algorithms that will support the highest level of video technology, the highest level of playback, the lowest amount of modulation, etc. So I think that that's the case. If they can accept photography as, if you will, a pleasure, or as someone who just wants to take a really good high-level amateur picture, have good music or playback sound to go with that, then clearly our Snapdragon 600 series is going to work well for them. If I jump down to the 200 series, you're going to get a very powerful browser. You're going to get a very good speed ratio on that product. You're going to have the ability to run all of the key enabling technologies that you might want for payment, or you might want for just information, looking up a Google search or a Bing search or something of that nature. And then falling in between those two would be the Snapdragon 400. And the 400 would run a single front camera, single back camera, flash, again, a good music application would be on there. So I think it's not the kind of question that you can give a direct, definitive answer to. You're going to have to get a user to get an understanding of what their primary want is, what their primary use case is for the device, and then we can plug in, or the channel should be able to plug in a Qualcomm solution accordingly.
So typically for a user, for an executive who is not going to play games, but he is going to use it heavily for internet. Maybe he is going to go on a Skype call, and maybe he is on several emails which are just being pushed, and he is on social media also. For such a person, maybe he may want a good camera also, performance. Do you recommend a 600 series processor or 800?
Yeah, again, I'd have to know a little more about the user. Let's say he were doing those things at the same time. Let's say that he was on a social media site, quickly trying to check an email or run some type of Skype or messaging. If he's going to be stressing the device by having multiple use cases, I would absolutely recommend the Snapdragon 800 series. If he's going to be occasionally using the things that you've described, the Snapdragon 600 series will serve very, very well. And the 660 is very powerful, so it would serve extremely well.